This week is starting to look into a more in-depth site analysis. So that includes understanding how people use it, what the train station is used for, how it impacts the community, what's around the train station, how accessible are the things around the train station, what are more people coming to here or more people coming from here? Do people drive to work? Do they take the bus? How do they, when they get here, what do they do from here? What are the things to do in Irvine? What are the needs? So if we were to redesign this into a city center, what would the needs be for the community? So it's really understanding what the community and what the city needs are, how people are using it, if we're gonna design something for people, we need to know what are the needs that we need to meet. So that's really what we want to kind of understand. So in part to do that, we're gonna go on a train ride today. So today we're going down to we're gonna take the train southbound from Irvine to San Clemente Pier, which is a beautiful station. It drops you off right on the San Clemente Pier, right on the ocean. So that's where we're gonna be going today. We'll go get some coffee. So you can really just get right off the train, walk across the street, and you're at the beach. It's not that train has to be the only means to get there, but just it opens it up to just so many more people. It makes that area so much more accessible. And I think that accessibility is what we need and what we're really lacking here, especially as we're developing cities and developing neighborhoods and regions, that planning needs to take place. And just how much access to public transportation and how much access to just different regions and different city centers can really improve the well-being of the people, and how much it can improve just the success of a city, the financial success of a city, and its long-term viability. Just some context so you understand where we are. So behind me is the train station, and there's the beach. Train, beach. Now, for about a year, I was actually commuting on this train. So I was still working in Irvine at the time, and we moved down to Oceanside Carlsbad, which is about an hour drive depending on traffic. So now, rather than driving an hour and a half each day, one way, we decided to take the train. Now, to get to the Irvine train station to my work was about 3 miles, so it's not farther than walking distance. I could have taken a bike, but I really couldn't fit a bike into my car at the time, because I still had to drive from my home to the Oceanside train station. So that wasn't really an option. Now, the first couple times I wasn't familiar with the bus system yet. So actually the first couple times I would roller skate from the train station to my work, which would go through a little bit more of a heavier traffic area, over a freeway where you don't normally get a lot of pedestrians, so the drivers aren't used to pedestrians because not a lot of people walk here anyways. So then I found out about the shuttle system, which would take me to about a mile away from my work. So I would take the train, then get on the shuttle, and then I'd get my roller skates on, and I'd roller skate the rest of the way. And then I found out about the bus system, and then there was a bus that actually got there about 10 minutes after my train got there that would take me to about 2 blocks away from where I worked. So I started taking the bus. But see, sometimes the bus was late, or the train was late, and if the train was late, then I missed my bus. And if if I missed the bus, then I have to take the shuttle system. And if I miss the shuttle, then I'm roller skating 3 miles. So what most people do is they keep a car at the train station. So over the week, So throughout the week when they're at work, they'll just leave a car there. That way when they take the train to Irvine Station, they jump in their car and then they drive to their work. So even if you are taking the train to work, you still end up having to rely on a car, because once you get to Irvine, the only way to get around is driving, just because the transit system after that is so limited. Now, when I was commuting on the train, I remember every time I was coming near the station, I'd have to look out the window to see if my bus was there. Because if I saw my bus, that means I wasn't going to make my bus. So every day we'd be coming into the train station and I'd pray I didn't see the bus. Because if I missed the bus, then it's that much harder to get to my work. Everyone would take the elevator, so the elevator would be packed. So we'd have to go with all my gear, all my stuff for work, my skateboard, longboard. So if I didn't see my bus on the train, sometimes I'd see my bus as I'm walking across the bridge, because in order to get to the other side, you have to go up the bridge, over, back down, usually up the stairs, because, like I said, the elevators were way too busy. So there was one time, I was on this bridge, and I looked down, and there was my bus pulling in right there. So I had to go push my way through the crowd, ran down the stairs with all my gear, all my stuff for work. I tried running down to the bus, but I missed it. Over there is another bus stop. So I ran from here, from this train station to the street, trying to catch the bus before it went all the way around the parking garage. Thankfully the bus driver knew me, so he saw me running to the stop and he stopped for me. So I barely caught the bus, having to run with all my gear to catch it. You just don't want to miss your bus. The next bus is an hour after that, and it's really not a convenient way to get around. It's really hard to be reliable on a public transit system in Orange County, in Southern California, when you have such limited options, limited time frames. It's really hard to get around. So you almost have to be reliant on cars, which is why we have this most of the site is this giant parking garage, so people can leave their cars and park and drive to and from the train station, because it's really the only way to get in and out of here after you get here on the train.